Tudu and other parts of the central business districts. Now, the mayor of Accra, Michael Alote, has been speaking to the media. Our correspondent, Accra Abibio, has the following to share with us. Good afternoon. Thank you very much for joining us here on the news. What can you tell us about the decongestion exercise that has begun?
All right. Good afternoon, Desi. So the decongestion exercise is expected to last for 3 days, and the first phase, which is day 1, began this morning around 7 a.m., spearheaded by the Accra Metropolitan Assembly in partnership with Polyclotty Municipal Assembly and the Ghana Police Service. Now, this morning's operation started around the AMA office in Accra through to the Kimbu Road and the stretch from Opera Square to Adabraka and other parts of the central business district. The aim of the operation, according to the AMA, is to basically clear unauthorized structures and also remove traders who ply their trade on the pavement and along the roadside in all these areas that I've mentioned. So in the morning, the mayor of Accra, Mr. Michael Alote, addressed the media briefly, reiterating his commitment to enforce the city bylaws and also ensure that Accra is decongested. He also assured that this isn't going to be a one-time exercise, but a continuous one. But we also noticed that after the exercise in the morning, some of the traders have gone back to these unauthorized places to sell again. But we are told that officials from the AMA will be addressing the media agreement. So at the moment, the exercise is ongoing, and we are currently around the Palm circle. We are still following the theme from the AMA to see what the outcome of this operation.
Okay, just before you go, I want to find out how the traders are reacting to this, this particular decongestion exercise that is taking place.
That's it. I'm struggling to hear.
Yes, I am asking that. How are the traders, reacting to this? Are they cooperating, or they are not exactly, happy with what's happening?
Well, most of the traders are not happy with what's going on at the moment. But when they see the AMA officials, they cooperate, and then after they leave, they come back to the store.
Okay. Thank you very much, Kia Abibio. She is actually on the ground following the decongestion exercise taking place in the central business district. So let's listen to one of the traders who spoke to us.
Today, this morning, we are really shocked. We are really shocked. And the country is in disaster. The country is so hard. The economy is very hard. We can't even cope with it. Things are too tough for us, even being the indigenous of this country. So what are they telling us to do now? It's only they have to straighten us and put us at appropriate places for us to enjoy, to take care of our children and our family. So right now, I want the media to help us. We are dying. They should give us a little break so that we can even take care of our children who are going to secondary school. Paying the school fees is another problem. And even the other incentives. So right now we need mayor to have leniency for us so that they can help us. Me like this, my waist is paining me. I can't even stand. I can't even run when the buyer is coming. So something has to be done. No, I'm not saying that. It's just a saying that we are begging, we are pleading, we need him to have leniency for us. And that's the only thing I want us to tell him to do for us. Right now my heart is beating. I'm sick.
Some time, that you this exercise was going to be done today.
Oh, one week is so short. We have to extend it to about 1 month. So that
And there you had one of the affected traders speaking to the media. They will definitely keep tabs on that particular story and bring you more subsequently. Now, the NGO Child Rights International has expressed concerns regarding the approach, coordination, and potential impact of ongoing crackdown on illegal migrants on vulnerable children, following a swoop on May 16, 2025, targeting undocumented migrants involved in street begging in areas like Sabun Zongo, Abosoka Nima, and Obetebi roundabout. Child Rights International emphasized the need to protect children's interests and follow due process in repatriating them.
As much as we think that this exercise is important, we also showing concern about the approach and the institutions that are leading the charge in dealing with this matter. And once you get Ghana Immigration Service, then the intention be that they are getting rid of these children or the adult because they feel that they have breached immigration law. And that is where we also come in. And we think that the issue at stake goes beyond breach of immigration law. It's also a social protection matter. So for that matter, we expect a certain standard to be followed in dealing with this particular case. We are making this statement because we have followed up, we have done our search. There are certain things that we feel are not in place, and we wonder how the state is taking care of the children. Because if you look at the figures, out of the 2,000 plus, almost about 60% of the people that were rescued from the street were children. So if 60%, then it means that the focus should be on them and how best we can deal with it. So for instance, if you look at the UN Convention on the Right of the Child, it clearly states what we need to do. If you look at the Article 2.2, it gives you a direction as to what the state needs to do. You look at the Article 3 and then you look at the Article 11. This speaks in context of the discussion that we are having. So even if you want to consider an option of repatriating them back to their country, then the state must follow a certain procedure. First, you need to do your own assessment. Second, you'd also have to have a bilateral arrangement with the respective countries that these children are coming from. And you have to declare the capacity of these countries to know whether they'll be able to handle these children. And if they cannot, the states need to find another alternative, either to give them a refugee status or to give them asylum, so that you integrate them into our country and give them the kind of treatment that they deserve.
Now away from that to Boku, the Member of Parliament for Boku Central and Majority Leader Mahama Yarga has strongly condemned the killing of Mohammed Seydou Akugri, the Bongo District Director of the National Health Insurance Authority. He was reportedly shot and killed, with his body subsequently set ablaze in Nangodi, a community near Bogotanga in the Upper East region. Now, in a statement issued earlier today, Mr. Ayarga expressed his condolences to the family of the deceased. Here is the statement, as you see. Now, it says that I hereby condemn in no uncertain terms the shooting, killing, and burning of the body of Mohammed Seydou Akugri, who was the Bongo District Director of National Health Insurance Authority. The attack on him took place in Nangodi near Bogotanga. My heartfelt condolences to the family of my late comrade. I urge law enforcement agencies to thoroughly investigate and apprehend the perpetrators of this dastardly act. I urge all to remain calm and let's focus on the ongoing efforts of Asantehene Otumfuo Setutu II to bring a lasting solution to the Boko situation. I commend the youth for the restraint displayed so far and their recent efforts to maintain peace in Boko. Significant progress is being made and no one should be allowed to derail the process. From the Member of Parliament for the area. Still watching the news updates here on Good Afternoon Ghana. I am Desmond Okweku. That's now to some of the stories. And a Ghanaian citizen, Alfred Abebi Okumi, has petitioned President John Dramani Mahama to immediately dissolve the 5-member committee investigating petitions for the removal of Chief Justice Gertrude Eraba Saki Tokonu. The petition, dated May 15, 2025, accuses committee members of engaging in conduct that undermines the integrity and fairness of the inquiry, including an alleged secret meeting with counsel for one of the petitioners.
The committee, constituted on April 22, 2025, convened its first sitting on May 15. However, a petitioner, Alfred Kumi, alleges that 2 committee members, Justices Gabriel Kwamang and Samuel Adibu Asiedu, were involved in a compromising meeting with Thaddeus Sori, counsel for one of the petitioners, at Santoku Restaurant in Accra's airport residential area on the same evening. Supreme Court Justice Yoni Kulendi reportedly attended the meeting as well. The petitioner claims the meeting undermines the credibility of the inquiry, asserting that prior judicial ruling and lobbying efforts by Justices Kwamang, Kulendi and Adibu Asiedu suggest they have vested interest in the outcome. He further alleges these justices were contenders for the Chief Justice position and may harbor biases against Justice Tokonu following her appointment by President Akufo-Addo. The committee includes Justice Gabriel Scott Kwamang, Justice Samuel Adibu Asiedu, former Auditor General Daniel Yao Domlevo, Major Flora Azwa Nura, and Professor James Sifajisa from the University of Ghana. Despite the diverse composition, the alleged misconduct threatens to overshadow its work, with Kumi describing the committee's conduct as deplorable and most unbecoming. Kumi urged President Mahama to take swift action, warning that public confidence in the administration of justice is at stake. He characterized the inquiry process as a potential sham unless immediate steps are taken to restore its credibility. The president is now faced with the challenge of addressing these allegations to safeguard the integrity of the constitutional process and maintain public trust in the judiciary.
Meanwhile, renowned legal practitioner Thaddeus Sori, who is representing one of the petitioners in the Chief Justice removal hearing, has denied claims that he met members of the probe committee constituted to investigate petitions for the removal of Chief Justice Gertrude Saki Tokonu. Here is what he posted earlier on Facebook, and he says that it is a monstrous lie. No such meeting took place. It is very easy to fact check that, and we know those who get justice through negotiation. Okay, so that's Thaddeus Sori replying to those allegations by that is Alfred Kumi. Now, away from that, the Executive Secretary of the Importers and Exporters Association, Samson Asaki Awingobet, has called on the Finance Minister and the Governor of the Bank of Ghana to compel banks to reduce the lending rates to give some relief to businesses. He lauded the government for deploying measures leading to the appreciation of the cedi, but expressed concerns over high lending rates.
My call for the Minister of Finance and the Governor of the Bank of Ghana is that we saw previous government, Bank of Ghana, calling that they were upping the prime rate to fight inflation, and in that discussion they actually asked commercial banks to up their lending rate to be able to fight inflation, even though at that time inflation went as far as 54%. If today the current government is able to put in mechanism in place, strategies to bring down inflation to 21 plus point, and then also cedi is appreciating against the dollar, why would the commercial banks continue lending at the high rate? I think it's fixable that we call on the government to also look into it and to tell the commercial banks if they have to convene monetary committee meeting, they should be at the BOG, they should be able to do that, and then ask the commercial banks to reduce their lending rate, because government is appealing to business community to reduce the prices of goods, but government hasn't told us that we are also, because of the strategies that we put in place, we are also going to ask commercial banks to reduce their lending rate, so that even if you are having existing loan, you can still go back for readjustment or recalculation. You understand? That is what we want to see, so that we can know that, okay, all sector is working. And then, because I've also seen COPEC calling for fares to reduce. I've also seen Abusokan asking spare parts to reduce, and Guta did same. AGR asked that to give us 60 days, but I think the market dynamics, market force will even push everybody to reduce. And if you go Okansi, Katamanso, yes, there are some importers there. There are majority of them to buy and retail. So if you should go to the importer who used to pay a duty, maybe using exchange rate of maybe 14 series in calculating duty, and today it's the 13 series, some drop has come. You have made some savings. So your price that you have sold at the market to the retailer to go and do the distribution would come down. So when we are taking new goods from the importer today and the price have come.
Now, the president of the Federation of Association of Ghanaian Exporters, Davis Kobo, has called on the government and financial stakeholders to prioritize the stabilization of the cedi over simply appreciating its value. Speaking on Bottom Line with Akwasi Afriyie, he explained that a stable currency is key for exporters and producers who need predictable cost for their work.
It's not about the appreciation, it's about stability. Okay. Yes, because if we need to stabilize our currency. When that happened, then you could plan with it. Do you understand me? Because currently, as it stands today, the cedi to dollar is about 12. Mm-hmm. Yes, when it came all the way from 17, so people plan. You are still buying inputs or certain things at that rate. But currently, the issue here is, and there's also law that is going to enforce our, importers to reduce, their goods. So it means that if we don't have sex or if we don't appeal to their conscience or their minds, then what is going to happen is you will still buy the same thing when it was the same amount as currently. So this is the more reason why I'm saying that, look, too much stress on a cedi gives problem. So we should rather be able to work around it to be able to make sure that we stabilize it. Once we stabilize it, I know that people exported things hoping that when their dollar, they reckon the dollar, they were going to change to make good money. They did it, so people are losing a lot. But for me, I'm looking at the long term. Do you understand me? The medium and long term, not as we speak now. So if we're able to stabilize it, then we could plan against it. And so what will happen to those who are incurring losses now? Yes. And this is where I think that our banks should come in and work better. Them up. Exactly.
Now, away from that, the former Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Infrastructure Investments Fund, Solomon Asamoah, has been unable to meet the bail conditions set by the Accra High Court hearing the case in which he has been accused with one other of causing financial loss of $2 million in the SkyTrain project. Asamoah and the former board chairperson of the GIIF, Professor Christopher Amir-Kumfi, are standing trial for allegedly transferring the $2 million from the account of the company into Africa Investment Holdings Limited, a company incorporated in South Africa, without board approval for the purpose of acquiring shares as part of the deal, but nothing was done. While Professor Amir-Kumfi was absent at the first hearing on May 13, 2025, Asamoah pleaded not guilty to 6 counts of conspiracy, willfully causing financial loss to the state, and intentional dissipation of public funds. The court, presided over by Justice Comfort Tasiame, admitted Asamoah to bail in the sum of 15 million Ghana cedis with 2 sureties to be justified with a registered land located in Ghana. But when the case was called today, May 20, Asamoah was accompanied by police officers, and meanwhile, Professor Amir-Kumfi was absent for the second time on medical grounds. His lawyer, Duke Aaron Sasu, told the court that his client was rushed this dawn to the hospital. He therefore prayed the court to adjourn the matter, saying his client would be released by Monday. Now, the case has been adjourned to May 25, or May 26 rather, 2025. Let's now do some politics, and political analyst Dr. Jonathan Asante-Okyere says Dr. Bawumia's apology for the party's crushing defeat in the 2024 elections is only a strategy to appeal to PT. According to the analyst, it will be impossible for the NPP to return to power given the current performance of the NDC government.
It is often said that we seem to know everything that we want to do when we're in opposition. When we get into government, we forget all the things that we said. And then, there are other factors that control our mindset. It's just unbelievable that with all beautiful ideas, you find yourself in government and you're not able to implement that. And you get opportunity again, come back. Well, we can see that with respect to Mr. Mahama, he's gotten the benefit of hindsight, he's studied the terrain, and he just doesn't want to make any mistake or any error. That second chance he's gotten is God-given. But Dr. Bawumia is equally asking for another opportunity, suggesting to us that 2028, MPP is likely to win the elections because the NDC will bring someone that is very new. I think that logic, I don't know where it is coming from, because I know that between the MPP